My second year was all about the Boar, and I loved being part of it. It was a crazy time. Every way I wrote was just too much, but it's about getting all that stuff out. You need to be just that little bit rubbish, a little bit extra, a little bit cringe when you're young and you're writing for the Boar. I have been in the film business since, believe it or not, 2009. My very first opportunity to have anything to do with movies was, I was doing work experience at different magazines around a company then known as Bauer, maybe it was still technically EMAP. And so I sat there and I didn't get paid for the longest time. I did 2 other jobs around this period. But the idea of being in the Empire magazine offices was just unbelievable. And I soaked up so much knowledge. I embarrassed myself horribly. I did all the little small tasks. I tidied things away. I alphabetized the archives, and my friends put up with me bragging about it because it meant so much to me. I did bits and pieces. I worked at pubs and stuff. I edited podcasts. I did a lot of things at the same time to make ends meet, and I regret to say it's that times 10 now. When I first got started in London, I was sleeping on my brother's floor, I was sleeping on my friends' sofas, and then I had few places that I could stay in, but ultimately my brother had a job at a big 4 accountancy firm, and so he had an actual flat, and I got to stay there with him, and I would not have my career without that. What I want to see is some original thought. What I want to see is witty dialogue. And what I want to see is charm. I know this sounds very vague, but ultimately what we respond to, I believe, when we see characters on screen is someone that resembles a human. Now they can be playing, I don't know, some sort of goblin or creature or a robot, but if they feel human and they feel like someone you know, that's it, you're there, you're engaged. Film criticism is snobbery. The idea of saying that there's no place for it is sort of, to my eyes, absurd. If you like a thing or don't like a thing, you are being a snob about it. You are bringing your knowledge, your taste, your life to how you reacted and interacted with a piece of art. Be a snob. Don't be a snooty person, don't really lay it on thick, but have your opinions and stick by them. I don't envy anybody getting started out, really. It's a tricky time and it does require a lot of work, and luck happens to lucky people, so just be lucky and put yourself in the position to receive that luck. My first ever paid money for writing about movies was £400 for a month's worth of work. So a junket is a lot like Notting Hill. It's interviewers, people in the media who go to a hotel room and then queue up in a press pen, it's called, and then are asked to go in for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes with stars. And they might be paired, they might be triple paired as they're known in the industry, with 3 of them in front of you, and you have to ask questions that should have something to do with the movie, but can be fun. Quentin Tarantino is an incredible speaker. He takes the time to think about an answer if he thinks that question is worth the answer. And I once asked him where he's seen his own work in pop culture and when it surprised him most, and he was over the moon to talk about Shrek and how much Kill Bill was in Shrek. And I should also mention Steven Spielberg, who I interviewed the once. I would say a well-written email and like I say, good social skills go such a long way. If I could give a piece of advice on a flat level, it is remember someone's name, remember something about them, and write it down, put it in a Google Doc, but try and remember things, and just a little bit of good grace goes such a long way. And the archetypal bit of advice is, learn how to make a good cup of tea, but do that as well. I've never had a goal, and I think to be told that you need one can help some people. It didn't help me. I was laying the track as it went along. I was grommet in the wrong trousers, and that's fine. I was so lucky, so privileged, in such a good position, I just took things as they came, and that's a perfectly reasonable thing to do. The idea that you have to know who you are straight away, just don't do it. There are those that have done it, and I respect them, but they are anomalies. You will, I feel anyway, that I only realised who I was when I was like 32. And what I am is a professional people pleaser that can talk quick and think quicker, and that's me. Being part of the Warwick community means being friends with very good people that I've known for almost 20 years of my life, and it's been a privilege to know them. And I think Warwick, I don't know quite how it does it, attracts good eggs, good people who mean well, work hard, clever, not too clever, don't shove it in your face, but just good sorts. And I'm grateful to the people I've met and I've kept in touch with, because life is the friends you meet. And I met a few at Warwick, and I'm grateful for them very much.